Hardest question of all, which is introduce yourself, your name, and what school you're at and what grade you're in. Start with you, Sally.
My name is Sally Kim. I'm a junior at Palos Verdes Peninsula High School.
Hi, my name is Julia Shin, and I'm a sophomore at Palos Verdes Peninsula High School.
So, Palos Verdes is a very cool kind of neighborhood. You're up on the hill. It's all very pretty. The ocean's there and all that. What is it like going to high school here?
It's very competitive.
Yeah.
Hard.
So you're all fighting to see who gets to Harvard first or Stanford? Is that?
I mean, everyone here are like here because they know the education is very good up here. That's why most people try to come to the school.
Yeah.
So yeah, the school itself is very hard to study, and because everyone's just so good. It's just yeah.
So these days, it's almost in middle school. You kind of have an idea that now I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be a successful student. So what were your experiences, kind of deciding that you were going to be successful students? Like, was there a particular thing you got into, or is one of you more into science? Is one of you more into athletics? Is one of you more into one part of the curriculum or other, where you're kind of excited, or you feel like you have to study everything and get everything just right? Either of you have a middle school. The thing is, I have a 14-year-old daughter who just kind of on her own applied to the best private high school in Northern California, literally, and got in, which crushed me because I can't afford it at all. But, it's like at some point in middle school, she went, yeah, I'm going to be like this. And she did Science Olympiad and all this stuff. Have you guys done anything like that?
No,
I'm not one of those.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you like the best at school right now? I'm going to ask these questions because your mother and father have to approve this film, so I have to ask nice questions first. So what do you like about school?
It's just anything about school.
Anything, yeah. It could be
I
social or
seeing friends. I used to love school, but after...
But now you're a junior.
Yeah, it gets hard. And then, I don't know, I feel like long ago I used to come to school because it was actually interesting to learn, but then now I'm just getting pushed to come to school so I could graduate and go out to the society. So I guess I'm thinking of high school as something like a factor I need to pass in order to get into society and get a job, go to college. You have to endure it in order to move forward. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like prison. I think that's it. It's like you get out of prison and you're going to have a better life. No, okay. What about you? Is that your feeling about school?
I'm still only a sophomore, so I think I'm enjoying school more than what she's experiencing. And yeah, I hope I don't feel like that next year.
Do you guys, is there an Asian American student body or a Korean American student? Is there a way that Asian students are relating to each other as Asian students formally at school in any way?
There's a lot of cases where Asian students hang out with Asian students a lot of the times. And yeah, there's some Asian kids who are leading some clubs or the ASB. So yeah, that's
Have you guys been involved in that? Not so much.
Just club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're an immigrant, you came over as the first gen in some ways.
Yeah.
You are born here or are you also an immigrant? So what was that like? And describe your immigration experience, meaning how old were you and what was it like when you first got here? So we'll start with you, Sally.
So I came in second grade. And I actually didn't come to California first. I was actually in Massachusetts, so Boston area. I first lived there with my family. As you know, East Coast is there's less Asians compared to here, so there is a bit more racism. So when I first got there, I couldn't speak English a lot, so I would always get a teacher would come and then she would take me to a different room and I'll learn English separately. And hanging out with friends, when I was younger, I didn't really think it was anything big, but then now that I look back, like, I'll be like, can I play with you guys? They'll just be like, I don't know. Like, yeah, and then now that I think about it, it was like, that was like some kind of racism. They were trying to like push me out, because in class it was just me and one other Korean kid, and that was it. That was all the Asian, like, in the school. So then I'll be really happy to see Asians, but yeah, like, if I think about East Coast, like, they had some kind of somewhat more racism there, but then I somehow like I was too young to really know that it was like racism I was facing. It was just like, I thought they were just being mean and just like, yeah, I thought they were just being mean. Yeah,
exactly.
But then they actually weren't. They were just being mean to me only. So, but then when I came to California, which was 4th grade, there were more Asians, which felt really weird, because I was like, wow, there's so many Asians, and there's a Koreatown here and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, did your family go, let's go out to have Korean, and you'd be suddenly in, like, you're in the middle of Little Seoul, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's Korean around here, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, yeah, but when I first got here, yeah, I faced some sort of racism in a way. Like, my sister, like, she was older than me, so she actually knew what she was facing. So she actually had a hard time. So like, when we went back this summer, I was like excited to visit my elementary school stuff, but then my sister was like hating it there. She was like, I'm not, like, I hate it here, like, let's leave, like, I don't want to come back, because like, she had a bad memory of like facing like, she was being excluded because she was Asian and because she couldn't speak like a Native American. So I think, yeah, there's reasons.
What about with you when you came here?
I came here when I was 13 years old, I think. So when I was 7th grade, yeah. And I didn't really have a hard time, because I lived in Australia before coming here. Yeah, but I had an accent, which everyone was like interested in. So they kept on asking me like to speak. So yeah.
Say that again. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what you mean. You had this mix of Australian and something else as an accent. What do you mean by accent? Tell me.
Like, I guess it's kind of like a British accent. Yeah. So, yeah.
You've since lost that accent, I can tell.
Yeah.
But do you remember this kind of experience of difference when you arrived, or was it more a sense you could find other people you could sort of say, well, yeah, they've had similar experiences as me, meaning other Asian immigrant?
I didn't really feel excluded, because I could speak English too. So I found friends pretty quickly too. Yeah, so I didn't really experience racism here. Yeah.
In both cases, your families came here for school, work. Tell me a little bit of how your family ended up here in terms of their jobs or their stuff.
So our visa at Australia ended, and we didn't have a business there, so we had to come out. But it was too hard for me to go back to Korea and learn Korean again and start again, so we just came here. Yeah.
And your parents didn't necessarily have the economic setup here, meaning they didn't have a job here for sure. They just came and found a job.
My dad still lives in Korea. So, yeah, it's just me and my mom and my brother here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not atypical. So how often are you going back and forth?
Like once a year.
Yeah. Yeah. And so at this point, your intention is to stay in the United States, do higher education in the United States.
Yeah.
You pretty much adapted, as they say.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. All right. And what's is that same with your parents? Because Boston, you would suddenly think academics.
Actually, no. It was actually my dad. Like, he got some kind of recruitment from America. So for a job, he came, and he thought it was a good, good chance for me and my sister to get a good education. So that's why we went to Boston first. But then, he had some trouble with his company and stuff, so he had to change job to California. That's why we all moved to California after.
Yeah, so it was more economic in the sense of following a job and following some sort of project. So you're part of June's Korean class?
Yes.
So tell me about what it's like to be in a class where you do it. I mean, you were sort of like, I'm not going back to Korea. So tell me what it's like to be part of that class.
It's very fun, and because I really like the Korean culture. Like, I watch K-drama. I love listening to K-pop. Like, I still love the Korean culture itself, even though I live in America. So when I heard that there was a Korean language class for me, I was like, oh, I'm signing up for that class. And then I signed up, and I'm having a lot of fun. And then,
Yeah, same as me. I'm taking 2 languages right now. I'm taking Spanish and Korean. Because in Korean, I'm just doing it for fun, and I really wanted to enjoy my high school year. And
yeah. So, do they have you? I asked you teachers. They have you actually working on your music videos, but not yet. Apparently not yet. Though you did do some sort of dance thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you both part of that?
I wasn't part of it.
I had to go.
Yeah. Was that embarrassing, or was it kind of fun?
It was a little embarrassing, but it was fun. Preparing for it. We had a lot of
How
fun.
long did you guys rehearse before you embarrassed yourself in public?
2 days.
Wow, 2 whole days.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But you knew the steps. Were you doing a particular song that everybody liked that was
Because we were just
hit?
9 girls, so whatever. Amongst us, we were we just chose something we all enjoyed listening to.
Was it a recent hit, or was it a goodie, an oldie from 2 years ago?
Recent.
Yeah.
Recent.
It's like they go through pop stars there about as fast as they do here. It's what are you listening to that for? That's so old. It's 2 years. Anyway, what else do I want to ask you guys? I mean, just about aspirations. It's for both of you, kind of making your life work here. What is an idea of a good life? I'm looking at you because 17. You're 17, 16?
17.
Yeah, 17. 17, you're about to kind of go, well, it'd be cool if I lived here, or I went to this kind of school, and I ended up this way, someplace. I don't know what it'd be, but what are your hopes,
Well, first, I want to, because this summer I'm starting college apps and stuff, So, my goal is to go to a dream school, or a school that's that I want to study in with the environment that I enjoy. And after that, I want to get a job in America. I want to stay in U.S. I don't want to go back to Korea, but just stay in U.S. Go to college, get a job, go to grad school, and then go back out to society, just
You don't have a general area the law or health or this or that?
I want to study business. So I've been looking into business schools, majors a lot. And then it seems East Coast are really good with those, so I guess I have to go back.
Harvard Business School, pretty good. That's a pretty good one, But there are several schools that are pretty rocking.
Yeah.
On this coast, it's USC and Stanford. Really, Stanford even more than USC. Are the hot ones. What about you? Because part of it's when I was 17, I I want to live in this kind of place. And, it was sort of if I could have it all, what would I want? And so I'm curious.
I want to go to a good college. And I sort of want to bring my dad's business to U.S. and continue it here too, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the business? What's the family business?
It's because in Korea there's a lot of apartments, and it's a system that you put it in the underground, and then there's heater coming up from underground. And
you mean it's part of the way that the parking system's underneath the big towers? I don't quite get it.
Oh, it's under the floor, I guess, and then
Heating system?
Yeah.
Heating.
What is that called? That system that's Radiant heating.
Yeah,
radiant
something like
heating.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's good. Yeah, we need more of that. We need more distribution. It's inefficient to heat.